You are listening to the Soul Curators podcast, where we get into the funk and soul of things. It's all about good conversations about music. So come join us.
Welcome back to the Soul Curators podcast. It is Black Music Month, and we're about to set this off. It's your man, Mr. Goodbar here. I am here with the family. We are back together again. It's good to be back, man. Good to be back, man.
Yes, indeed.
Listen, we're gonna have to really start doing a Patreon so we can let the people hear the behind the scenes shit, because there's some shit going on. I want to introduce the matriarch of this whole thing, the one and only Christina Curates.
Good evening. How y'all doing? What's going on?
Your brother's stressed, man.
We here. We here. So
we're gonna get through it.
Take that load off.
Yeah, right? We're going to get through it, though. And, of course, I got a shout-out to my bro, the one and only Soup's Kitchen. What's good, boss?
What's going on, y'all? I'm here. Hey, what's going on?
I got to give you a shout-out. I got to give you a shout-out for your work yesterday, man. I'm hearing wonderful things. We're gonna get into it a little later.
Represented you, too.
I appreciate you. It's only right. It's only right. So today we have an extremely special guest. Apparently we're going back to Jacksonville. We're going to Jayville, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Duval. Hey, Christina, do your Duval call out.
You know, Duval. Don't mess with it.
We're joined by an amazing talent that we've been waiting to talk to. We want to welcome Ebonique to the show. What's going on, ma'am?
Hey, y'all. Look, I feel like a guest pastor. I was about to be like first giving honor to God.
Listen.
Who's the head of my life.
Okay. Go ahead and finish. You got to shout out the
pastor.
No,
that's it, right.
We're so happy to have you. Thank you for taking some time to kick it with the Soul Curators. We're excited to talk to you. We got a lot of things that we got to get into with you, and just a lot of things we want to introduce you to our listeners. To make sure that they're aware of what's going on. So now you're going to have a bigger family than you already do. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much. All right. So let's just jump right into it. Christina, what we doing? What you got for us?
So tell us a little bit about yourself, just in case no one. Ebonique.
Well, Ebonique, that's my government. Not like Rihanna and it's Robin. It was Ebonique. That's right. my actual name. But I say that I'm from Jacksonville. I'm a Navy brat. So I've been here since I was 2, but I was born in Portsmouth, Virginia. Okay. So really I'm from Virginia, but by way of Duval County. I'm Florida State University grad.
Okay, Tallahassee.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Tallahassee.
Oh yeah.
I feel so left out.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right. But yeah, so graduated from Florida State. I've been doing music since I was, or just involved in music in any type of capacity since I was about 4 years old, starting church, of course. And then just super active in the music community here in Jacksonville. Currently, I am a vocal instructor and program director at an arts nonprofit. So I love working with the artsy kids. And I've been a recording artist and songwriter since about 2015, 2016. Yeah. Okay. Officially.
That's what's up.
So the kids, I know we talked off air about you working with the kids. What grades did you say, or what age did you say you worked with?
Oh, so I started in the school system. So I was teaching middle school math. Really, I've taught 3rd through 8th grade math, like throughout my tenure, I guess you can say. But right now, because it's just an after school nonprofit, I work with kids 4th grade through 12th grade. So I got them all.
Okay. And do you teach them music like the traditional way because I don't know how to read music worth of shit, but like, do you teach them how to read music? I mean, or what do you tell us what you do?
Yeah, so I have a co-teacher. I do know how to read music, but I have a co-teacher. He goes by the name of J Maestro, that's my guy. We actually reconnected through Mr. Al Pete, a couple of years ago, which was crazy because he was my substitute in my chorus class when I was in high school. So we reconnected at like this open studio, and I was like, yo, you still teaching? So he like did it formally, like went to school for music, for arranging and composing. And he was like, yeah, like, let's do it. So he kind of gives them the meat and potatoes, like the music theory, the ear training. And then I'm kind of like the elective teacher. Like I use all of that and I'm like, okay, so what do y'all want to sing? Or like, what is it that y'all are interested in? So we range from Negro spirituals all the way to R&B, pop, you name it. Our kids have sang just about everything.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, it's a lot of
fun.
All right,
so you want me to go or you want to go ahead?
Go ahead, sir.
I mean, you've been hogging her all afternoon. Now, just
right. It's the homie now. I know he got a dog.
Listen, okay, so you kind of sparked my interest with what you were talking about as far as your working with the children and the class, in the different age groups or whatever. So, with you being someone who is, you more than likely have been, ingratiated with music, probably like you said, since 4 years old. So I'm interested, from your perspective as an educator and someone who observes children, and you know how impressionable kids are, how do you feel that kids are receiving music right now? Like, what are the things that they gravitate to more so than what we would? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is their taste like? What are you noticing about the way that they gravitate to, and what catches their attention as far as what we consider good music as opposed to music that could be a little questionable? That's a good one. That's a good one. Look, I got it. You breathe hard?
It's a really good question. It made me it choked me up. No, it's interesting that you asked that, because at the organization that I work at, we are like keen on teaching students how to actively listen again. To the point where we literally just have some classes where we play songs and they just have to sit and listen. Like nothing, don't write down no notes, don't like nothing, literally just listen a couple of times. And I think that that's something, like, when observing students, is like the attention span is so short now that like the songs that they like, first of all, they're on the radio or they're on TikTok or just social media overall, but they like bops. They like things that they can dance to. I have a class that is like infatuated with K-pop. I don't know when that happened. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but they really like K-pop. They really like pop. They really like artists like Billie Eilish. And then of course they like the newer, rap artists and hip hop artists. But what I will say is, because I'm such a lover of R&B, I appreciate that they are listening to R&B. I know that, like, music has evolved so much, especially R&B and all of the subgenres or what have you, but they still listen to the SZAs and they still listen to the Summer Walkers. And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate the fact that y'all are listening to R&B at all, even though you probably don't understand what they're talking about. But I mean, you're listening. So yeah, the songs are shorter. And that's really, those are their favorites these days. That's what I'm noticing.
Okay.
It's funny because I think I saw something that Aaron posted. They did a silent disco. Yeah. Yes, which I love the idea, because we did it for my high school seniors this year as well. But they are infatuated with Keisha Cole's music, or not just her music, but some of her songs. Or Fantasia has the popular song. I think it's so funny to see them singing like how we did when we were, 25.
They love ballads. That is what I will say. So I will add to that. They love ballads. They love When I See You. They love Love by Keisha Cole. They love Let Me Love You by Mario. They like songs that they can sing at the top of their lungs.
Now,
they love them.
Do you think they like ballads because there's no such thing as ballads anymore?
Ooh.
Because ballads is kind of a new thing for this generation. So
that's a good point. That may be so. that may be so, or maybe because I really believe that music is a spiritual thing. Like it's a spiritual practice. Yeah. And I think that in every single one of those songs, they may not be able to explain it, but I feel like they feel whatever it is that artist is emoting. So I think that like, that's why they gravitate to it too, because I would consider Made for Me a ballad. Right. Like, and they love that song. Like they love Made for Me. But I mean, you know, Whitney Houston ain't gonna say twin. Where have you been? Right. You know, but they gonna sing that. They're gonna sing that at the top of their lungs because I mean, she is emoting.
So, and I think also, go ahead, Soups.
No, I was to follow up with that. I was asking the artists that you mentioned and the songs that you mentioned are considered timeless. And they can sing it at any moment, at any time, and they really can't do that with today's music. You know, does that play a part in it also? Just that you know that the music that they're singing is timeless. Like it doesn't matter, you know, how old it is. They're still just gonna go and sing a Stevie Wonder song, sing a Keisha Cole song. It doesn't matter, but as long as it's just that timeless part of it, like they're just gonna continue to sing.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And to the top of their lungs, they're gonna sing "And I Will Always Love You" if it comes on, even though they probably not gonna know the verse. They'll come in on the chorus. They like to sing Michael Jackson. They like to sing, you know, so like they still know the classics, but that's because they're classics. So even if they did find them on TikTok, you know, or they did find them on Instagram, they found them. So that's kind of like where I'm at whenever they're singing.
Right. So since you said that they're not, you said they're listening to the timeless music because there's no music that is being made now that's timeless. Is that what you're saying?
No, so R&B wise, mainstream R&B. We're not talking about the Eboniques. We're not talking about, you know, the independent artists. We're talking about the mainstream music.
Okay. And that's very important. That's very important.
There's no timeless music being made. But yes, when you get to the artists like Ebonique and like others, they are consciously making that timeless music because of what she mentioned. Like back when she was listening to music, she enjoyed those artists. She enjoyed, you know, being able to sing. And now you turn on her album and you go to the B.O.B. joint and it's like, I got it. This is the song that I can sing. So, you know, for mainstream, yes.
Mainstream, because I was going to say teenagers, I would say. There are very few teenagers because with me working with them in my job, there are very few teenagers that actually dig the crates, I would say. Most of them are TikTok, mainstream, radio. I mean, I can't tell you when the last time I listened to the actual radio, but I mean, like the radio, like I'm talking about.
I'm sitting right here.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Right here.
No, I do not consider. Okay, you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about Hot 97.
When you get in the car and turn the radio on. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And you can't do that unless you're in Houston for your channel. So don't go there, okay? Sir?
Plug.
Exactly. It's a plug. You're silly. So give us some of your musical inspirations. I know that you are a songwriter and that you are a singer, obviously. So give us some of your inspirations.
I have so many. I got a lot of inspirations, y'all. So I feel like I have to kind of like categorize them. So my favorite is Anita Baker. I love Anita Baker. I think that I've studied Anita Baker vocally, which is why like I do a lot like in the lower register. You're not really gonna hear me go soprano or none of that. I stay where it's comfortable. But Anita Baker, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. I love Ari Lennox, like coming back to the newer generation. I like Ari Lennox. I love Masego, because I also draw inspiration from a lot of the males too. Like I love D'Angelo, I love Maxwell. I love groups like Goody Mob and Outkast. I mean, of course, I mentioned Outkast, but I love all things Southern. I love all things Black. So those are mostly
okay.
Solange. Yeah.
My question: you said that Anita Baker. You mentioned Anita Baker first, and she was your, how much of Anita Baker do you like? Is it all of Anita Baker's career? Like, are you canceling shows or?
He's trying to be funny.
You know what? I caught Auntie before she canceled.
Just be like, you know what? Never mind.
I saw her live before, and we don't know what Miss Baker got going on. We don't know what happened. We don't know. We don't know. I still love her. I'm going to stick beside her. I'm going to stick beside her.
You should go stick beside her.
I'm going to stick beside her. She made Rapture. She can be late.
That is facts. Anita Baker was playing heavy in my house, so I grew up with Anita Baker also.
Yeah, she's done her years. She's done her time. I just think that like for Chaka Khan and Anita Baker, they have made timeless music that we love. Mm-hmm. But it just is some of the things that, like even Lauryn Hill, some of the things that they're doing with these shows are kind of, I'm not going to say tainting them. I mean, they're human, right? We don't know them personally and see how their personalities are to see if they're assholes or not. But I think that the stuff that happens is kind of like, okay, we gonna give you a pass, but how many passes are we going to give you if you keep doing X, Y, and Z? And that's the same situation with Lauryn Hill.
So now Lauryn is different. Lauryn is still young. So there's no excuse for Lauryn to be doing the shit she be doing. Now, Anita Baker, Chaka Khan, they've been performing since the 70s. So, Lauryn
is about in her 40s, and she's maybe 20, 30 years younger than them. But I mean,
on the kids album, though, she's been doing the same. Chaka Khan, she was in a group. She's got solo projects. Anita Baker, she's got many. She's got 3 albums. She's performing. So, like, Anita Baker has been performing since what, the 80s?
Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying. Only reason why I brought her up because of just where you were going with the canceling shows, and that's why I brought up Lauryn Hill. Although they're not in the same decade or whatever you call it, not in the same. What am I saying? Not genre. Not in the same generation.
Ebonique, this is how you know you're part of the family, because now you're part of the family. You're part of it.
It's cool. I'm with it because I was about to backtrack. I'm like, yo, I forgot Lauryn.
Yeah.
How did I forget Lauryn? But
you didn't forget her. She forgot you.
I did.
I mean, it's so difficult to have these feelings about someone, because when I was in college, when Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was out, and that was a life album for me. I mean, I can remember me being in the dorms listening to the whole album, and I'm just like, I've loved it for so long. But then you see, and then I also the bridge. My son loves her son's music, and he got hit Bob Marley from that. So it's like, but she's human, right? So that's one aspect of the artistry that we have to we see now more so than we did before, because of social media and everything is put on tape, and people get on Twitter and start talking shit, and it's just crazy.
Right.
Well, I would like to circle back to the project that you just released for us, specifically. I'm saying for us because the way we feel about it, the alterEBO project. I have 2 questions about it. Number one, I kind of want to hear, it's like, I hear artists always talk about their albums being like their babies. So I would like to hear you talk about this baby. And then I'd like to hear what you feel like your parenting has been since the Edge Control baby and the alterEBO baby. Like where we at and how we feel. But let's talk about alterEBO and make sure people know what's good with it.
Wow. Okay. So both of those, I'm like, okay, where should I start? I'm gonna start with, you said alterEBO first. You said alterEBO.
Yes.
I never thought that I would be an artist that would be like, this is years in the making. Like I never thought that. But honestly, I did start a couple of songs in like 2021. And I was like going back and forth with just releasing another EP like Edge Control. And then I was like, man, I gotta do an album, man. Like, cause I was just going back and forth between just being like, but an EP is different from an album, and just, I don't want this to be my debut album, and then I'm really big on like intro albums, like first album, like Off the Wall is my favorite Michael Jackson album. And then like you have like Miss Education, right? So I'm like, I didn't want to release my first album and it not be great. So I was, and that was just me, like, just a couple of insecurities. And I'm just like, it's just a name, like LP, EP, whatever. Like, the music is going to do what it's going to do. So I was going to do, before I decided to do the album, I was going to do a couple of EPs and call it EBO and alterEBO. And because EBO is my nickname. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do a full length project. Let's just do an album. And alterEBO was born. So at first it was like, I planned to be out of education, like out of the education field by the time I released alterEBO. And I was like, because when you're in education, you can't put out all the music that you want to put out. Like, you can't say everything you want to say, how you want to say it, because you work with kids and they going to find your stuff, and they going, because it's inevitable. They're going to find it. Like, it's happened to me so much. But I went from denying it when kids would be like, Miss Ebonique, I found your little woo-de-woo. I found your song. I went from being like, no, you didn't. You don't know. Like, that's not me. It's not me. So, but I went from doing that to getting to a place in education that like embraces who I am as an artist and as an educator. So I'm able to marry the two. And then that became pretty much like the theme of the album. It's alterEBO. It's about the duality, about the fact that I can be both an artist and an educator at the same time. And my students can be my fans. My students are like my biggest evangelists. My students, like, I'll come out of a show and my students are in the front row. And I'm like, what can you do? But they're going to find it. So, yeah.
With that story and knowing the background of where the album, I love it. Because I see it now with just like the promo and everything that you put out. I see it. I love it. I love the connection.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I always think of projects holistically. So like when I'm making me, and I'm like, okay, well, what's the theme of this? Like, how did I feel going into making this? And I was like, well, it's about like this struggle that I used to have between being an artist and an educator, and then turning that and being like, no, I'm going to embrace it. Like, it's the duality. I can be both, at the same time. So I was like, you know what, let's go school theme, all visuals, the cover, everything. So even like in future performances, like I want, I ain't gonna give y'all all the details. Like, just know I want it to be school related. I just want everything to be school related in some form or fashion. That's all.
That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, so love it. With your alterEBO album, we talked a little bit off the air. You kind of disclosed what was your favorite.
Yes.
But now that you're saying that your kids that you educate, they also support the album.
Yeah, they do.
On this album did you find that was their favorite?
My kids, like, respectfully.
That's
my kids, like, respectfully. They come up to me and they like, Miss Ebonique, respectfully is different. Like, they tell me that themselves, and I like respectfully too, because I talk my shit a little bit. So I was like, yeah, I like respectfully too. But yeah, the kids, they mess with respectfully the most.
Okay.
They like respectfully.
What is yours?
Can I do like my favorite on side A and side B?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's tough. Like, it's really tough because B.O.B. was actually a single Like B.O.B. was a single, Respectfully was a single. I knew Respectfully was going to be on alterEBO, but B.O.B. was doing so good as a single. Like, just everywhere I performed it, like, it was super interactive, and everybody always, they catch on, I be minding my Black-owned business. Like, it's people, they were using it for, like, their reels and, like, for their businesses and everything. So I was like, I want B.O.B. to be on alterEBO because I want it to be a part of the package. Like, if I do, you know, like, get this into more hands and increase my reach, I want B.O.B. to be a part of that. So that's why, you know, B.O.B., I put this on the album. But I would say side A, that's Fake Deep, Respectfully. Oh, it's Villains. It's Villains.
I was just about to ask you about that one.
Yeah, side A is Villains. Side B, of course, is Ever After. It's, yeah.
Okay.
It's my ballad.
So so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that after Ever After, because like I was listening to it and I was just like, okay, that's your ballad.
Yeah,
it's like, that's
my ballad.
I was going to talk about. It's funny that y'all mentioned the Respectfully album song because that's my shit. Like I love Respectfully. Period. Like a different one. Yeah. That and Neon Soul.
Yes, that's mine.
It got like that's my like that taps me a different way. I don't know why, and I don't care why. I'm not one of those people who try to understand why I like something. It just touched something, and it's like that's for me. So those have been my standouts. And the question I had about Respectfully, you've already answered it because I really wanted to know how your students received it, and it's really great to know that they resonated with it because there's really a life lesson in that. And that's something they can carry into adulthood and still reflect back on, you know, hey, this is something that everybody deals with in some sort of way. So I think that's an incredible anthem. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And when I heard it, I was like, I could apply this to some people I know.
Right. Hello. That's the point, really. It's crazy because both Respectfully and Neon Soul have like really cool backstories. I'm gonna keep it brief. I'll keep it brief, but I would like to share. So Respectfully, young old Chameleon, the rapper, rapper and actress who's from here.
Yes.
So Chameleon was in the city one night, and we were at this place. It was like this studio where there was like a band that just always performed at the studio, and they were starting this series where they just had like artists come and they would like play their song live for them. There was nobody in the studio except the band, Chameleon, myself, my fiance. And my fiance was doing sound for Chameleon. So like Chameleon comes in and she's like performing a song of hers and it's like, it rides. Like it's just, it rides. And I had the beat for Respectfully already from one of my producers, and I was like, it's gotta ride. Like it sounds too good, you know? So that was inspired by a song that she performed that night, which is called Toxic, which is super dope because Chameleon's from here. So it's gang, you know? And then Neon Soul was produced by one of my students who was 16 when he produced it.
Whoa. Wow.
That's dope.
Look, I'm looking at the credits like, really? That is cool.
Yes, I'm going to update my credits because my credits are not updated right now. I'm going to get right.
Okay.
But he is my student and his dad. They produced 4 songs on the album. So I think Neon Soul is super special to me because he was 16 when he made it. But when I released the album, he had turned 18 already. So he's 18 now. He just graduated. But he is 16. He was 16 years old when he made Neon Soul.
That's crazy. That's right.
That is dope.
Yeah.
Man.
So do you have any performances coming up? You need to be on somebody's stage, girl.
I do. I just did Jack's River Jams, which was a show down here. Mr. Al Pete was one of the openers too, but we opened up for Earth Gang. So I was one of the openers for Earth Gang. That was the biggest stage I had been on. So I'm kind of still on a high from that. And that was like back in April. But the next stage that I'm on, there is a festival here called Love Fest. So that'll be next Friday. And then like a really big event in the city that's called Wind Down Wednesday. I'm going to be one of the headliners for that. So they're having a festival for that on Juneteenth. So I'm going to perform there.
Okay. That's what's up. So all our listeners in the Jayville area, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
She just gave you make sure you pull up and support all of the shows that she's on. We definitely need you guys to pull up and show love and let her know that you guys listen to her here on the Soul Curators podcast. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Because the more listeners she gets, she'll be able to come to Cleveland and perform. So we need to make that happen. You know,
I don't mind.
You don't come to Cleveland. You know,
I don't mind coming to Cleveland.
You talk about you want to experience the 4 seasons. If you come on the right time, you might be able to experience it all in one day. So, you know.
Right?
Right. You got to let me know what day in October I need to be here. So I can you'll taste everything.
You'll experience winter, spring, summer.
I need all that. All of it. So I can
Let me ask you this before I don't know if we close or not, but do you have any, or who are your dream collabs? Like, who would you love to do a collaboration with?
Oh my gosh, I love this question. I don't know. I have
because we believe in putting it in the universe. The universe got it. So that's what we.
I would really love to do a song with Smino.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I love Smino. I love Smino very much. I would love to do a song with Masego.
Uncle Masego.
Of course, Ari. Of course, like my favorites. Like I would love to do a song with Ari Lennox. I would love to do a song with Sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are like the main ones that I'm like, yeah, if I could.
What about producers? Who would you like to work with? Like if you had
producers. Here's my thing. I really want to get to the point where I work with some composers.
Okay.
Like I want to, like how I told y'all, Solange is like a big inspiration for me. Like I'm ready to curate shows. And I think that like especially like in my city, I don't feel like shows are being curated. I feel like we're just kind of showcasing. So I would love to work with like more composers. But as far as like producers, of course, like Brian Michael Cox, Timbaland, all the greats in my eyes. But
I can
also
see you
like
doing something with Robert Glasper.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I was about to say Robert.
I mean, he scores those movies. I could definitely see you doing something with him.
I can see Terrence Martin. I can see Terrence Martin.
Yes.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to D Mile.
Oh yeah,
all three. All three. If I could like put my finger outside the box and be like that one. All three. D Mile, Terrence Martin. Like that is literally like my yes. I love all of those because Victoria Monet is doing really, really, really great things, and I love the production on her entire album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, look, I don't know.
Dabble in a little bit of K-Tronada. I said even dabble in a little bit of K-Tronada. It's a little different, but he puts out fire.
I would love to work with K-Tro because that was another inspiration, like of Neon Soul. As soon as I heard it, I was like, I have to do house. Like I have to do electronic. And that's exactly the vibe that it gave me. I would love to work with K-Tronada.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we really do support and love everything you're doing with alterEBO and all the projects you've released thus far. We just want you to understand how much we appreciate you being with us, and just know that you have a home here. So anytime you have anything you need to put out and let people know and put on blast, you have access to all our resources wherever we are. All of us are in different cities. So you have outlets here. So just all you have to do is just reach out and let us know. We really do appreciate you spending time with us today.
Thank y'all so much. And thank y'all for having me. Y'all, we family now.
No, you already know. Okay, so one more thing. Since we family cousin, I need a clean version of the album. So if you can get that,
I got you.
can,
yes.
I need that.
I got you. I'm in the studio with my engineer this week, especially because it's summer. So I'm trying to push it way more. So yeah, done deal.
Bet that. That's all I ask.
We need to do these shirts. So we have this thing where at the end of our podcast, we do what shirt.
Hey, wait, hold on. We gave her credit off the air. We need to give her credit on the air. I think she is our first interviewer who actively listens to this podcast. Like she is. So yes, I would just like to say
I was ready.
She knew you are ready.
I was ready. I wore my favorite shirt. Like I was like, are we gonna get the shirt? Are we gonna? Okay, so it says "Listen to Black Women."
Oh, okay.
And on the "Listen to Black Women." I don't know if you can see the back, but it's like it's literally like a black woman, and it says "Listen to Black Women."
Ain't that right? I know that's right. I know that's what I'm just playing.
Amen.
So I have on "Thank God for R&B Music." It is Soul Bounce. I'm not gonna go all the way down because have an accent. No, but because they always make fun of me. Because, anyway, thank God for R&B from Soul Bounce, of course, since we are in Black Music Month. We should say Black music, but we know R&B, all music is Black music. So, yep.
Thanks.
So,
your turn.
Oh yeah. Yes, no, you got it.
You go ahead.
So, because I'm wearing a shirt specifically inspired by Ebonique and also by Christina Curates. So, because we are all music lovers, and Ebonique, your dedication to educating and vocal producing and teaching kids on how to appreciate music, I'm wearing a shirt by the Paragon Project. So the Paragon Project, this is actually a project in the Fort Hays Metropolitan Education Center in Columbus, Ohio. And it's a collective of musicians, artists, poets, and they actually make albums with students. So they have whole albums with students that they make, produce, play, sing, rap, on all of it. So I've connected with them, and I play some of their music on my show sometimes. And they such a lovely organization. They sent me some shirts, they sent me a plaque and all of that. So I wanted to shout them out here, and I thought it was appropriate for the things that you do in your community, and to let you know that it's something that's happening elsewhere. So we're really in the process of raising a generation of people who really can appreciate true musicianship. So shout out to you.
I love it.
That's what's up. I am also wearing a Soul Bounce hoodie. It is the Black Music is Essential because it's Black Music Month.
Oh, so, I love this.
Soul Bounce, holla at us. You know, we constantly wearing y'all shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like
hey.
Y'all can make, y'all need models. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we and we need somebody to make us some merch. I'm just saying, like,
Soul Bounce.
Let's what are we doing?
Ebonique, do you have merch that we can purchase also?
Good question.
Not yet, but I will this summer, y'all. I told y'all it's school theme. Okay. So just keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
Well, we got to get down to that, so let us know.
Do us a favor. Let everybody know how they can get in contact with you. Drop your socials, drop your emails, however you want people to get in contact and listen to your music. And just, keep in touch with you on what you got going on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So on all social media, my handle is @BillboardDreams. So all lowercase, no cap, because ain't nothing cap about me. And you can stream alterEBO. It's available everywhere that you can stream music.
This is the perfect way to cap off Black Music Month, sitting with you, an incredible Black woman, talented woman. And you not only, and the wonderful thing about you is that you're not gatekeeping your blessings. You are actually sharing with other people and children. So we can only appreciate you. So we feel like you deserve a platform to be highlighted on what you're doing, and so that your work is not done in silence. So we appreciate you. We thank you.
Thank you. Thank all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So So, Christina, did you have something else?
Oh, I was just going to ask you, where did the name come from? Billboard Dreams.
Oh man, I was in high school, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be on a billboard one day. Like, I tweeted that. I think that might have been like one of my first tweets, because it wasn't Billboard Dreams first, and then like I changed it, and I was like, I just want to be on a billboard one day. So I told myself I'm not gonna change that name until I'm on a billboard.
Man, because I was on Instagram looking at some weird woman with your name. I'm like, that ain't Ebonique. I know that don't look like her.
I know that's not true. And then there's also like 3 Eboniques on Apple Music, Spotify, all of that. So people been like, girl, I love your song Lipstick. I'm like, that ain't me.
But, and you know what? What's funny? Soup said that. He said that. He said that's probably like,
I called it.
They do it exactly every time. Every single DSP, I'm always having to like move my music from the other.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Well, again, thank you to everybody who is tuned in to this episode of the Soul Curators. We are kicking off Black Music Month, and we couldn't think of a better way to do it. Thank you, Ebonique. Please make sure you guys go stream, purchase. Did I say purchase?
Yeah.
Purchase alterEBO, and let's support this amazing project. Shout out to Mr. Al Pete on the production. Again, thank you so much, Ebonique, for joining us. And until next time, we are out of here. Peace and love.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Curators podcast, powered by the MPN Network. You can check us out on all streaming platforms where podcasts are available.